it's Angie. Welcome to my channel, Craftnado. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's time for another yarn video. So I'm super excited today. I've got a lot of stuff to show you. My yarn videos usually are rather long, but this one might be extra long. I maybe should have split it up, but I'm under a time constraint today, so we're gonna just do it all in one shot. And you know, if you've got to take a break and watch it in parts, that's fine too. Or if you get sick of listening to me and you don't want to finish it at all, that's fine too. I appreciate you being here. As always, we're going to talk about my new yarn. We're going to look at the new yarn that I've gotten, and it is a lot. And I have a lot of projects going, so I have a lot of whips to show you. And I do have one finish, just one finish, but you know, it was a kind of a big finish, not big, but big in time. So let's keep going. This is a shirt that I made. This is a t-shirt pattern that I downloaded from Etsy. I will put the link to the pattern in my description tab. I don't remember, I think it's called the Liliana tee or something like that. I made this a while ago. I made it out of Lion brand Comfy Cotton Blend. I love Comfy Cotton Blend. I think it's so easy to work with, and I love the softness of the cotton and polyester mixed, and it's just a great yarn. I really like it. So as you guys probably know if you follow me, I went on the yarn crawl last Thursday with Mindy. So I'm going to start with showing you some of the yarns that we got on the yarn crawl. First, I got my bag, middle of the mitten yarn crawl. Now, we did go to 6 shops, but I only have 4 pins because I didn't buy my bag until the 3rd shop. So I missed out on the pins from the first 2 shops. So I'm a little bit bummed about that, but we went to 6 shops so far, and tomorrow, is tomorrow Wednesday? Yes. Tomorrow we're going to be going to 3 more shops. So what you get when you got to the shop was your passport, and the passport has all of the locations in it. So this is just a map of Michigan. It kind of shows you all over Michigan where the shops are located. So out of 13, we did 6, and we're going to do 3 more for sure. These 2 are, and I live right about in here. So there were quite a few that were, you know, central to my location. So tomorrow we're going to be headed down to these shops here. And I don't know if I'll make it up to these shops. These are about 2 hours and 3 hours away from me. So that's, you know, quite a ways. But at each shop they stamped, there's a place for them to stamp that you were at their shop. And then you turn in your prize ticket passports at the end of it to be entered into for prizes based on the number of shops you went to and the locations of the shops, that kind of thing. So that was really cool. Now, I'm not going to be able to tell you, and it doesn't matter to you probably because you're not from Michigan anyway, the location of the shops of what I got where. So I'll just start. A few of the shops, one shop gave us a discount, which was really nice. No, 2 shops gave us discounts, which was really nice. 2 of the shops gave us survival packs, snack packs with water and candy bars and caramel corn and that kind of thing. So that was really cool. And we got free gifts at a couple of the other shops. So that was neat. This is, I got some of this Premier Color Fusion DK. Now, Mindy and I ended up with 2 skeins of the same of this. This is 100% acrylic, size 3 DK weight yarn. There are, how many yards are in here? We've got, 325 yards in here, and I got 2 of these. And the plan for this, if you're following along with Mindy and I with our crochet along type live streams that we're doing. After we finish that project, we're looking into doing another project that's probably going to be using this or another one of the yarns that we got on the yarn crawl, because we both got this and we both got purse handles. We're going to try to make bags with this. So I'll let you know, coming up, we will let you know what our real plans are, what our definite plans are for our next project. Okay, some of the other yarn that I got this Baracko Vivo. I gotta tell you, this is 100% cotton yarn. It's a size 3 DK lightweight yarn. I would say it's a roving style yarn, so it does go from thick to thin. It's a very thin 3 if it's a 3 weight at all. It's a softish cotton. It's not the softest cotton I've ever felt. There are 317 yards in this cake, and this is a beautiful color. The color number on this is 3514, real original name. But I loved the color pattern with the mint green and the gray blue and the rose color. I thought that this would make a really cool summer cowl to wear just with like a t-shirt or a tank with jeans, with blue jeans or blue jean shorts. I thought that would look really cute. And it came with a knitting pattern, and I thought that I would try my hand at knitting. So I did, and guess what? I couldn't do it not with this yarn. It was very, very thin, and from what I've been listening to and reading as far as learning how to knit, it's better off to start with a larger weight yarn, easier, to get your hands to manipulate. Probably the same thing as crochet. It's easier to start out with a heavier weight yarn, a bigger weight yarn. And the fact that it's cotton, it has no give to it whatsoever. So in trying to knit, there's, if you know anything about knitting, getting your needle under and wrapping around and all that, there's no give to this cotton. So it was really hard as a first timer trying to use this to knit with. So I wouldn't suggest 100% cotton if you wanted to try knitting for the first time. I would definitely suggest an acrylic in a higher weight, like a 4 or a 5 even, would probably be better. But I did get this, and I will make a cowl or a scarf out of it, but I'm going to crochet it because, yeah. Now, I have been wanting, I also picked this up. I have been wanting to try this yarn from James C. Brett. I've never had any James C. Brett yarn, and the color is MT6. That's an interesting color. It's a marble, and it's also a DK weight. But isn't that really pretty? Boy, those kind of have similar color schemes going on, don't they? So this is a DK weight yarn with, how many yards are in here? Dun, dun, dun. It's 100% acrylic. Did I say that? I think I did. Can't see the yardage on here. It's kind of a busy label, and I can't quite read the yardage. It doesn't. Does it really not give me the yardage? 262 yards of this. And this is a nice soft acrylic. So it's a very squishy, nice, soft acrylic yarn. I'm not sure what I'll do with this. Maybe a scarf or a cowl, maybe a hat, I don't know. I just thought it was pretty, and I wanted to try this James C. Brett yarn because I've seen it online and I've heard other people talk about it, and I've never used it, and I wanted to give it a try, see if I liked it. Then I also picked up 2 skeins of this, and I did start something with it, so I did get into this already because it was so stinking soft that I had to try it. I just had to try it. This is another brand I've never had before. It's King Cole, and this is their Cotton Soft Baby Crush DK weight yarn. And this is going to be a baby sweater. I only got 2 skeins of it, but it's a DK weight, and There are 229 yards in here, and I think that I can get a baby sweater out of 2 of these if I play my cards right and am simple with my stitches. So that's what I'm going to do with these, and this is 100% cotton, and it is the softest cotton I have ever felt in my entire life. If you're looking for a soft cotton, this King Cole Cotton Soft DK, or Cotton Soft Baby Crush DK, it's some seriously soft cotton. I can't even believe that it's 100% cotton. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, 100% cotton. It's totally unbelievable to me that this is 100% cotton. So I got 2 of those, and then I got 1 of these Cascade Yarns Whirligigs, and in this color, which is a very pretty color. Now this is not a cheap yarn. This was on sale, but the regular price for this cake is $25 US, and it's 60%, but it is 60% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 20% acrylic, and there are 546 yards in this cake. So I'm also going to make a baby sweater with this, and this is a, what weight is this? They're not giving me a weight, but I would say that this is probably a 3-weight yarn. Yeah, that's definitely a 3-weight DK yarn. But I thought this would be really pretty for a baby boy's sweater. So that's why I got this one. So this is just kind of a mishmash of little things that I purchased. Now the most expensive thing, oh, then I also got Good For You, E-W-E, Claddagh, I know that's an Irish word. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. This is a 48% wool, 40% baby llama, 15% Donegal. It is super soft, and I'm making Maddie a hat with this to match some fingerless gloves that I made her last winter in the same color. And it has cute little tweedy colors in there, and it's a DK weight. And I don't know how many yards are in here, but I had never heard of this Good For You brand. Never seen it before, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. Now, the last thing that I got on the yarn crawl, see, I really didn't get that much yarn on the yarn crawl. I'm pretty proud of myself. Mindy had been scoping out the shops and kind of looking to see what everybody had, and she spotted this yarn. Now, if you know me, and my favorite color is orange. This has orange, peach, red, green, lime, blue. It has so many colors in it. Yellow. It's just a gorgeous cotton yarn. This is a Rae Watercolors yarn, and it is a 100% mercerized cotton. So that's, you know, makes it a little bit more expensive. There's 263 yards in this hank, but they're classifying it as a lightweight 3, which would be a DK weight, but it's very thin. I would call it more of a sport weight 2. Definitely. And so they had that Rae Watercolors in 4 different colorways, and we got 3 of the 4. And we're on the hunt for a pattern to do something fun and mix these up and put them all together in something. Not sure what, but something. So we're looking for a pattern. We're looking for, something cool to do with these. And this is going to be a future project to watch out for on our channels, because we'll be doing something with these too, because we both got those 3 hanks. And that is all I got on the yarn crawl. So let me just put this back away. I guess there's quite a bit there, more than I thought. More than I thought I got. So next, let's go to my next order. I ordered again from that Vilrita company because I'm absolutely in love with that Azulay yarn. So I wanted to try some different yarns from Azulay. So let's see what I got. I ended up, and I'm in an, you guys know I'm in an ombre mood lately. So I ended up getting some more of the Azulay ombre batik, but I did something a little bit different. Instead of getting the cotton, which is a sport weight number 2, and I have a project in the works that I'll show you in a few minutes out of that yarn. I went ahead and wanted to try their, it's called Silky Effect, Azulay Diva Ombre Batik. And it's the same gorgeous ombre effect as the cotton. It's, you know, beautiful, beautiful. It's the same weight as the cotton, but this one is made of 100% microfiber. Now, I've started working with this, and I've got a, because what I'm doing is I'm making another blanket, another baby blanket, and I'm going to mix 4 different colors of this into the squares. The baby blanket is squares, and it's a hooked on sunshine pattern, and it's called Sweet Beginnings. Sweet Beginnings. And so I've got these 3 colors and another color that I'm going to mix up and make this baby blanket in. And so I started working with it. Now, the cotton, the Azulay Diva Ombre Batik 100% cotton that looks exactly like this is very soft. It's a very nice cotton. I really, really enjoy working with it. It doesn't split. It's, you know, the color, the way it ombres is magnificent. I can't say enough good things about it. I loved it. But the pattern that I'm working from was originally, when she wrote it, she originally used the Silky Effect, the 100% microfiber. So I thought, you know, I'm going to give that a try and see if it changes the stitch definition, because it's quite a detailed pattern. See if it changes the stitch definition and see, you know, maybe I'll like it even better. No, not so much. It feels soft enough when you're feeling it on here, and you'd think 100% microfiber, oh, that's nice and soft. But once I started working it up, it feels almost cordy, if you know what I mean. There's just not a lot of real softness to the stitched. I think this would be better knitted, is what I'm saying, rather than in like intricate crochet stitches that can be bumpy, because I think the bumpiness of the crochet pattern is making it feel a little bit rigid, if you know what I mean. Just not super soft. So it's still a beautiful product. I still really like it. I'm glad that I got it because I'm gonna do 2 baby blankets and I needed it. But I would, if I was gonna purchase this again, I would definitely go with the cotton. I like the cotton a lot better. So that being said, I wanted to try some of their other product lines since I liked their that ombre stuff so much. I wanted to try some of the other product lines, so I ordered some other stuff from them. This is their Azulay Angora Real 40 Plus, and this is a 246 yard skein of, see if I can, this is in a different language, so I'm gonna have a hard time. Now this says that it's a 4 weight, and I would agree with that. So 4 weight, that's 40% wool and 60% acrylic. So it's a 60-40 wool acrylic blend, and it's nice and soft. I really like it. And this color, I like the color that I chose. It doesn't give me a color. It just gives me a color number. So, but it's this pretty sagey green color, and I just got 2 of those. I guess I was probably thinking hats. You know, starting to think winter, and I was thinking hats with this. So I got 2 of those. Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. And these are Azulay Birkham Classic. So I'm thinking that this is just their classic acrylic yarn, and it's very nice. I really, really like, yep, 100% acrylic, and it's a size 4, and it's a generous 4 medium weight yarn with 230 yards per skein, and I got 4 skeins of this color. So it's a nice soft acrylic. I would compare it to like probably like Bernat Comfy Cozy, or Red Heart with Love, or I don't know what else, you know, along those lines. It's just a basic acrylic, but that's what I would compare it to. Then I've got, of course, I've got a non-matcher here in the other end that I don't have open. I would have loved to have kept this all in the pack, but I opened it from the wrong end, so I can't do that. Then I wanted to try their just their cotton, just their straight up colored cotton. Now I believe that this is called the Azulay Cotton Gold, and it is a 361 yard skein. What do I got? A little bit of yarn fluff hanging from it in this gray, and it is, I believe it's a blend because it doesn't feel like 100% cotton. No, 55% cotton, 45% acrylic. And I'm going to say this is a size 2 sport weight yarn. Tell me if you agree with me. That's how big the strands are. It's pretty small. Maybe a very, very light 3. But I'd say that's a 2 sport weight yarn. That's what I'm using it as. I opened up the part of this order because I wanted to start on a top with this. So I've started on a tank top using this yarn, and it's going really well. I really like it. I'm really liking this brand of yarn. It's might become my new favorite. So then I also got, let me just shift this out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are these the same color? No, they're not. I got 4 brown and 4 gray of that classic, the Birkham Classic acrylic. And I really liked these because they are just a classic acrylic yarn. So they have the same yardage and everything and weight as that other blue one that I showed you. But this one is brown and this one is gray. And the thing that I liked about these is they're like heathered. The colors are like more of a heather color, which is prettier than just a straight up gray and a straight up brown, in my opinion. Gives it a little bit of color variation. And I got 4 of each of those, so that's enough to do something with. I don't know what yet. I just wanted to give those a try. So that was my order from Vilrita. My latest order from Vilrita. Okay, let me just try to get this stuff out of the way because I've got more. I'm just going to throw it down there. I'll clean it up later. I've got to go babysit the granddaughters this afternoon, so I'm a little bit on a time constraint. Now, I've got some yarn that I ordered from a hand dyer on Etsy. I've ordered from them before, one other time, but I wanted to try this other yarn. I've ordered, and I think I ordered it in a DK. This is from Evergreen Yarn Studio on Etsy, And they are hand dyers, and they do a really, really nice job with their hand dyed yarns. And it's really nice, soft, good quality wool. And it is very reasonably priced for hand dyed yarn. So if you haven't ever checked them out on Etsy, check them out, Evergreen Yarn Studio. They have different yarns. They have yarns that that are ready to ship, and then they have colors that are made to order. So when you're looking at their store, you know, pay attention to that. So this is their chunky. This is it's a Bayshore chunky. It's 100% extra fine superwash merino, 109 yards per hank. And this is the color All Hallows Eve. So it's this awesome, awesome orange and black and brown and white. And this is going to become hats. It's the softest wool, I think. I mean, I know it's 100% superwash and it is soft, but it's a really soft wool, a really, really nice, squishy, soft wool. So I'm really happy with them. And like I said, reasonable prices for hand-dyed yarn. So I got that from them. Then I also placed an order with Hirschner's and another order with Hirschner's because I couldn't resist the sale on this yarn. Now, I've never had this brand or this type of yarn before. Ooh, but it feels nice. This is called Soho Classic Spun. And this is a size 5 bulky yarn in that beautiful gray, pink, and white, and black. And there are, for a size 5 bulky, it's 100% acrylic. There's 440 yards on this little guy. For a size 5, is that really a size 5? Let me see if I can get just a strand of it out. Because it is, yeah, that's a size 5. Now it is loosely spun. In other words, it's loosely twisted. So if you have a tendency to split your yarn, this might be a splitter. The strands might split apart when you're working with it, but I don't mind. I mean, I'm patient enough and I don't mind that. So I got this color, which is Illuminate. And then I got 3 of this color, which I love this color. I'd rather not open these bags, but I'm going to do it to show you. I love this color. Check that out. Isn't that gorgeous? This is called Victorian, and that's such an appropriate name for it. That it's very, very pretty. It's a very appropriate name for it. So 440 yards per cake, and I got 3 cakes of each color. I should be able to get a small sweater with a size 5 bulky. Should be able to get something out of that. Maybe I'll make my granddaughters a sweater out of this. Maybe that's what I was thinking. 4, 8, 12. 12 is pushing it to get an adult. Maybe if I did a size small and just was careful with my stitch pattern, I could get a size small sweater out of this. We'll see. And with a, you know, complicated yarn like this, with a busy yarn, anything in a complicated stitch really isn't going to show up anyway. So a simple stitch pattern works great with, you know, variegated yarns like that. And it hides a multitude of sins when you're a beginning crocheter. If you have, you know, multicolored yarn, you don't see your mistakes as much. So this would be a great beginner yarn, I think. And these were super cheap. That's why I got them. That's the only thing I ordered from Hirschner's because they were on a super, I think it was $7 for all 3 of these. It was on a super good sale, $6.97 for all 3. That's a steal. I couldn't say no to that. So that was my order from Hirschner's. now I got an order from Little Knits, and I just got 2 things from Little Knits, and this is for my Maddie. I got some more Noro, you guys. I got some more Noro. I've worked with this line of Noro before. I made a sweater with it. This is the Noro Teo, and this is 40% cotton, 30% silk, 15% wool, and 15% polyamide. It's a size 3, I believe. Or no, this is a 4. It's a size 4. And they don't give you the yardage on here, but it's 200 meters. So about 230 yards per skein. And I loved, this is the color that Maddie originally chose for her sweater. I made myself a sweater out of a different, more predominantly green color of this. She picked this out, and I was like, yes, those are my colors. Like, I love this color. But that's what she picked out. But then I also ordered, oh, this isn't the same. This is in a hank, so this is something different. What is this? This is not what, I haven't used this before. This is Miyabi, Noro Miyabi, and this is a 65% wool, 35% cashmere. Look at me with my fancy cashmere yarn. But look at those beautiful colors. So when Maddie saw this yarn when it came, I let her open up the package. This is color number 29 in case anybody's interested. This is a 4-weight worsted weight yarn as well. If anybody's interested in the color, and it's from Little Knits, and it's the Noro Miyabi line, and this is the Noro Teo line. So this one's predominantly cotton, this one's wool and cashmere. So Maddie saw both of them, and she decided she wanted to change her mind, and she switched to wanting her sweater made out of this one. So this is what Maddie will be getting her sweater out of. So I got enough to make a sweater. There are 250 meters per hank of this. So I've definitely got enough to make a sweater for her. And I don't know, I guess I'll make another sweater for me out of this. I'm not gonna make any gift items out of my Noro. I did end up, you guys, my Noro Bachi that I was so crazy about, that was the yarn of my life. I'm sorry, I gotta sniff it. Noro yarn has a very distinct smell, and I absolutely love the smell of Noro yarn. Smells so good. I can't even describe what it smells like, but it just smells really, really good. So I'm going to try to stuff that back in the package so I can keep the smell in for as long as possible. And keep this packaged up until I'm ready to work with it. So I'm not quite ready yet. Not quite ready yet. So that's what I got from Little Knits. There's a couple more Noros, and that was for Maddie. Then I got an order. You guys, I ordered some yarn, didn't I? I got another order from Lion Brand, and I got some more of this Sunset Nights. I don't know if you remember, but last video I showed you guys a shawl that I had made with this Sunset Nights. Now, I don't know if you can see it real well, but this yarn has sequins, and it's like an ombre color changing yarn, but there are sequins in it. And this is a 90% acrylic, 10% polyester, 273 yard, size 4 medium weight yarn. I am in love with this yarn. It is so stinking soft. It just feels buttery soft. It's just so soft. So I don't know what exactly I'm going to make with it, but I had to have more of it. You can see I kind of started working with it. I don't remember what my stitch, let's see if I can tell by my stitch pattern what I was going to try to make. I think I was going for a scarf maybe, because that doesn't look like a very long stample. I was just testing out stitch patterns to see. I do that a lot. have a yarn in mind for a pattern, and I'll just work up a little bit of it and see if I like that pattern with that yarn. And I don't remember what it was that I was working on with this one, but I didn't like it. So I don't know what I'm going to make with this yet, but it'll be something fantastical. 200, so I've got 3, 6, 9, almost 900 yards. I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll make another shawl with it, because I used 3 on my last shawl and it was a perfect size. So maybe I'll make another shawl. But that was from Lion Brand. And I have to say, this Sunset Nights and Comfy Cotton Blend are my 2 favorite yarns right now. Other than the Noro, but you can't buy that on it, you know. That's not like a, you know, something you can buy all the time. And then I got some, this is really funny. So I ordered more Comfy Cotton Blend, and I ordered it in this mochaccino, I think it's called, or just mocha maybe, mochaccino. And Comfy Cotton Blend is a size 3. They call it a size 3, but it's a thick 3. I consider it more of a 4 when I crochet with it. And there are 392 yards in a cake, and it's 50% cotton, 50% polyester. Is it polyester or acrylic? Let me make sure. Let me not misspeak. Yeah, 50 cotton, 50 polyester. And I ordered these. Now I made this shirt, which is very long, and I made it like a size extra large. I used just about 10 yards out of the 3rd cake. So I would say you could easily make a size large top out of 2 cakes of this. So I ordered 3 because I was going to make another garment. I thought maybe a nice lightweight summer sweater, like a cardigan, lacy stitched. And then Mindy said that she had gotten 6 of these in a Santa sack that she had gotten from Lion Brand, and she didn't care for the color. So we did a yarn swap, and we traded, and she traded me 6 more of these. So now I've got 9. I've got 9 of these little gems. And so I'm going to do some damage. So now I'm thinking I'm going to make a longer lacy cardigan. Lacy stitch cardigan out of them is my idea, and I'll have plenty left over to do something else with. But I can make a bigger garment than what I was originally planning on. And then I got, you know, I've been making bags lately, or I don't. It's been a while since I showed them, but I had made some bags, and I had a heck of a time trying to find in thrift stores purses for cheap that I could just cannibalize the handles off of to use handles for my crocheted bags. Well, I was on Lion Brand's website, and they had purse handles, bag handles for $2.50. $2.50, which I thought was an amazing deal. So I got 2 black short ones, and I got 2 black long ones. So they're very long. Wow, those are insanely long. I don't even know how long. It doesn't say on the tag how long they are, but they're very, very long. That's a long bag strap. Maybe you could even like tie a knot in it or something to make it a little bit shorter, because that's a really long strap. Woo. And then I got 1 brown long one and 1 brown short one. But for $2.50, and with, you know, making bags, I couldn't pass that up. That was a great deal. So I snagged those. I don't know if they're still on their site because they were in the clearance section. But if you can nab those, I say go for it. If you're a bag maker. So then I got, oh, I do have another order from Hirschner's. Oh, I'm a liar. I thought I showed you that order last time. I think I did. I'm not going to go through that Hirschner's order because, no, I didn't, because this has got the baby blanket in it. So I got this like the day after I made my last video. And so I've been working with some of the stuff from it, and you'll see it in some of my whips. But the one thing I got that I I couldn't resist was this Dreamweave. It's called the Dreamweaver baby Afghan. And that's what it's going to look like. Isn't that pretty? I just love that pattern. I think that's so cool. And you know, you could make this in any colors that you wanted to. The colors that it came in were the mint and white. So it came with the pattern book, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skeins of yarn. And the yarn that it came with, and it comes in this nice zipper pack with a handle so you can keep your project all together nicely. And the yarn that it came with is, ooh, that is soft. Came with Bernat Softy Baby. Now, I've used the Bernat Softy Chunky before, but I've never used the Softy Baby, and it is a very, very, very soft acrylic yarn. It reminds me of Caron Simply Soft, but it's a little bit fuzzier. It's not quite as silky. Do you know what I mean? It's just got a little bit more of a fuzz to it, which I prefer. I'm not a huge fan of the Caron Simply Soft, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people love it, but it's not my favorite. So this is a lightweight number 3, a DK weight yarn. It is 362 yards per skein. So that's a generous amount of yarn. I'm a big fan of Bernat. I really like Bernat yarn. So it came with this color, which is mint, and then the white color is probably just called white. Yeah, it's just called white. I'm not going to take it all out of the bag because, you know, it's just white yarn. It's the same as what I just showed you in the mint. But I got that blanket kit. I got another kit that I've already started on. So I'll show you that when I show you my whips. So that won't be a new purchase that I'm going to show you. Then I got a whole bunch of Red Heart It's a Wrap. A whole bunch of it. Why? Because it was cheap, and because I've had a pattern in mind for it. So this is It's a Wrap Sprinkles, and it is a size 1 super fine fingering weight yarn. Basically what it is 4 strands of string that are unspun. Listen to me. They're unspun. There's just 4 strands of string. But this color is the Sprinkles, and this one is called, don't know what it's called. Confetti. I loved the colors in this one. And there are, how many yards are in here? I think like close to 1,000. Oh no, 623 yards. So 623 yards. It's called It's a Wrap. I think that their intention is that you can make a wrap using just 1 cake. So I got 2 cakes of confetti. I also got 2 cakes of this. I love this with the browns and the blues. This is also from the Sprinkles line, and this one is called Blueberry Tart. Blueberry Tart. And then I got, I think I only got 1 of this one. Now this one, that's interesting. This is It's a Wrap Sprinkles, and it's a 1 weight. Now this one is It's a Wrap Rainbow, and they're saying that this is a 2 weight, but it's still the same 4 strand string. So that's interesting, and it has the same yardage. That's really interesting that they would classify it that way, because it's the exact same thing. That just goes to show you that classifying yarn weights can be super, super subjective and arbitrary. I don't know. That's very interesting. So I've already started working with one of this color. I must have only gotten 1 of this color, which is too bad because I really like that color. I think I like that one the best. I could probably, if I wanted to do something, I could work those together. That would look cool if I wanted to do something bigger. I could work those together. But I'll show you what I'm working on with those when we get to my whips, because I just have one more order to show you, and then we'll get into my finishes and works in progress. This order comes from Premier. They were having a sale, and so I decided to jump on board with that sale. And this is from the clearance section, and this is, I hate to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to do it. This is actually from the line. It's not a it's a Premier owned yarn brand, but it's called Rosetti Yarns. And this is the Rosetti Yarns Cinema, and it is a size 5 bulky weight yarn. That's a roving style yarn, but it's a pretty consistent diameter for being a roving. There are 109 yards per skein, and this is 70% wool, 25% nylon, and 5% cashmere. So not a big cashmere percentage, but it's still there. You can still say you got a cashmere sweater. Could you? I don't know. Could you? I guess you could. But I got this beautiful Deep Dive is the name of this color. Really nice light blue, kind of an ice blue. It's not really a baby blue, more of an ice blue. I wouldn't call that a baby color at all. Then I also got, so I got, I don't know how many of those. We'll see. But then I also got it in this color, which is called Bluebell. And there's nothing blue about it. They're probably referring to the Bluebell, the flower, but this is actually like a plum, a deep purple plum color. Very, very beautiful. And I also got it in, I think I got it in each color that was available. The other color that was available was this gray, and this gray is called Ocean Mist. So it's just a very pale gray, very pale gray. So I got those, and it's very nice and soft and squishy for having so much wool in it. It doesn't feel all that woolly. It feels nice and soft. So this is a really nice size 5 yarn, and the price was right for the fiber content. It was a really good deal. I don't remember exactly how much it was, and like I said, it was on sale at the time. If you wanted to check out Premier's website and see if it's still on sale, I don't know. I've had it sitting here for about a week, so I don't know if it's still on sale or not. But I just wanted to show you that was a yarn that I've never tried before. And then I also, because I've been on this cotton kick and I've been in the search for the perfect cotton, and I think I found it, that King Cole Baby Soft cotton, that was the perfect cotton. But you can't get that everywhere. So, you know, I know that this isn't cotton, but bamboo's kind of like cotton. So I wanted to try their bamboo. This is 50% rayon from bamboo and 50% acrylic. So it's a half and half, and you can feel that it's a half and half. This feels very acrylic-y. It's very fluffy, very squishy. It does not feel bamboo-y at all. It doesn't have that shine like bamboo does. It's definitely, not that there's anything wrong with it. It's a nice yarn. It's a very nice yarn, but it's just not what I expected it was going to be. I expected it to be more, you know, shiny and sleek like a bamboo would be. This color is called Misty Gray, and this is a size 3 lightweight DK yarn, machine wash, cold, lay flat to dry, and there are 328 yards per skein. So not a bad amount of yardage for that. And I think that was a sale yarn also. And then they were running a deal where if you spent a certain amount, which I did, and it wasn't that much, you got a free glass water bottle. So I got a free glass water bottle. You guys want to see it? Or, you know what, we really don't have time for that. It's taking so much time. And that deal's probably off it now anyway. Because, like I said, that was a while ago. So that's what I got from Premier. Okay, that's the end of all the stuff I got. I know that was a lot, wasn't it? It was a lot. I'm sorry about that. So now I'll show you my one and only finish for this week. And it is my very first finished doily. So I made this out of, and it's a pineapple doily. I have not starched it yet, so it still has to be starched, you know, and that to make it lay flat. But I'm pretty proud of myself. What do you guys think? This was a labor of love. I've never worked with anything quite so teeny, and so it was definitely a labor of love getting that to, you know, getting that finished. But I loved it. And I'm also working on another doily, and this one's going to be a table runner, and I'll just show you where I'm at with it so far. It is going to be very, very long. This is going to be like for a coffee table, or maybe for a large living room or large dining room table. But it also is going to have the pineapple stitch pattern in it. And it's going to get a lot wider and a little bit longer, you know, as you work off the ends. But it's just going to be, you know, a long oval. And this is for, Maddie requested this for her. She has like a, I don't know, like a knick-knack table that's really like a high, long table at her house. She wanted something for that. So that's what I've got going with that. Okay, one last thing that you guys didn't see yet. So now we'll move on to works in progress. We already kind of did. So one other thing that I got from Hirschner's when I got that baby blanket kit, I also got this Spiderweb Shawl kit. Isn't that cool? I just felt I had to have it. I saw this and I had to have it. It was only like, it was cheap. It was only like $15. I did start it on it already. This is how far I've gotten. Not very far. But you know, at the rate I'm going, it'll be ready for fall. And believe it or not, it was a little bit difficult to even get this far, because to make this so this was perfectly round, you had to do like some fancy counting to make these stitches. Like there's triples and doubles and half doubles and singles, triple, double, half double, single for multiple rows. So this is using Hirschner's 2-ply classic Afghan yarn, and this color's amber. And this is, I think this is a size 2 yarn. So yeah, this is using a really fine weight yarn as well. So it's 100% acrylic. It's nice and soft. I'm not unhappy with their yarn. I mean, I've felt a lot worse acrylics, definitely. It is nice and soft, so I'm pretty happy with that, especially for the price. I thought that was a decent price for that. So now I want to show you what I've been making with those, with these Red Heart It's a Wraps. I am making, I've got 3 in the works. I know, right? I'm making these, this is going to be a huge, it's going to be a, what is that? Dream catcher. It's going to be a dream catcher. So I can't really spread it out to show you like in its stitched, detailed glory how it is going to look, but you can kind of see. So what I'm going to do is, the pattern calls for you to, after I'm on the next to last row. I just have 2 more rows to go. What you do is you stretch it over around and loop through these outer loops around a 36-inch hula hoop. So you get a hula hoop, and then they recommend like covering it with ribbon, and then you know, just work it around and pull it and stretch it out, and then you've got your wall hanging. So I've got that one, and then in that color, and then I've got this one in a similar yarn. It's not the same yarn, but it's a similar yarn. This is Yarn Bee Rainbow Rhapsody in the color Autumn Trails. And that's what that color looks like. It's another, this is, I think they call this a two-way. Actually, Yarn Bee doesn't say they're, oh yeah, they do. Are they calling that a 1 or a 2? They're calling it a 1, which is a fine. Now, it's easier to work with this because these are spun. These strands are spun. So this is easier than working with the It's a Wrap stuff. But this is how that color is working out so far. And this is going to be just a little bit more playful and colorful, you know, once I get to the outside edges and when I get to these colors, it's going to be a little bit prettier. Now, if you didn't want to make it that big, you could stop at any point and just get one of those hoops that they sell and mount it that way. You know what at whatever size you wanted to. You wouldn't have to necessarily make it all that big. And I might do that with this one. I might make 2 out of the same cake and not make it as big. So then, with the It's a Wrap, I'm making a shirt, like a bathing suit cover-up shirt. And this is just like, I don't have much done on it so far, but it's going to be like a, it's made with like a granny square style pattern, you know, you can tell. And it's just going to be a V-neck bathing suit cover-up. And it's just going to, I mean, it has to get way bigger, obviously. But that's why I got 2 of this color, was for that. And then this is another bathing suit cover-up that's more of a tank. And I got 2, this is out of this one, this green color one. So I guess I did have a purpose for this, so I can't mix those 2 like I was talking about doing. You make 4 of these squares, and then you sew them together in such a way that it becomes a tank top. So like this tank, this would come here, and your other one would come here, and then the same in the back. And so it would hang down like, so, you know, real drapey in the front. It's just as a bathing suit cover up. And this is just a red heart pattern that you can find on their website for this one. I don't remember where I got the pattern for the other one. Sorry. It's a YouTube pattern, and it's in my playlist under crochet if you're interested. So the biggest thing I've been working on is this baby blanket. This is using the Azulay Bella Ombre Batik yarn, and this is in the cotton. Now it looks a little funny. Let me show you from the top, actually, because that looked a little funny because I have to. So this is, I've got 3 squares done so far, and I'm in the middle of my 4th. And this is out of 2 different cakes of yarn. So 1 cake made me 2 squares. They're quite big squares. So the original baby blanket called for it to be 3 by 3. I thought and used 4 cakes of yarn. I thought I wanted it to be a little bit bigger. So I bought an extra cake of yarn, and I thought I would make it 3 by 4 squares. But I don't think I'm going to want to, because look at how wide that is already. I think for a baby blanket, this is going to be plenty big. So I will have that extra to make probably another dress out of, because I did make a dress out of this before, out of a gray. So that's that. And then I did start, I told you I got that Azulay Ombre Batik, the Silky Effect, that's made out of microfiber. Well, I started making a square, and this is the other color that I got, this brownie champagne-y color. This is what that one's looking like so far. And I don't know, you can kind of tell the difference in the stitch definition, I guess, if you put these side by side. This one does have a little bit better stitch definition, I guess, than the cotton. But when you touch them and you think of baby blanket, this one is so much softer. It's just so much softer. This would definitely be more of a decorative blanket than a using blanket. But I mean, they're both intended to be kind of heirloom blankets anyway, not to be something that you swaddle your baby up in. So I guess, you know, it's not pokey. It's just not real soft. But you can see the pattern a lot better on this one now that I'm looking at them side by side. I don't know. So that's what I've been working mostly on, are these. And yeah, and I've also been continuing to work on the granny squares, the Galaxy granny squares. That is a Bag-O-Day crochet pattern. And I've got about 15 of those made, but I need to block them. So here comes the cool part of this video, and then I'm going to say goodbye. I've been waiting to show you guys this. So I needed a blocking board. They do not sell a blocking board big enough to accommodate a 13-inch square. Now, don't judge me on the way this is attached, because I just did it for just trial purposes. It's not the way I'm going to do it, and I haven't blocked this yet. It's just sitting in there. So Jeff made this for me. Isn't he awesome? And he, like, it's nice and smooth on the back. And he made this for me. I kind of did a little bit of research, and he bought a 16 by 16 or 18 by 18 inch. This is just a pegboard, but it's a stainless steel pegboard, like you would use in your garage to hang stuff on. And then we ordered these 1/4-inch aluminum dowels on Amazon, and he cut them and like not sheared them, but what do I want to say? Angled them, like furred them out. Not furred them out. I don't know the word, what I'm trying to say. Smoothed them. He smoothed the corners so that when I put them in and out of the holes, they don't catch on my yarn in any way. And then, so yeah, and they're nice and tall, and they're aluminum, so they're not going to bend or anything. So I can stack up multiple squares. And if you don't know what this is, here's what you do. So this is the way this block, and some granny squares are like this. This is the way this looks unblocked. Okay? It's not square. It's wonky. It's, you know, it's just, if you put this together as a blanket, it's just going to be wrinkly and wonky. So what you want is you want all your squares to be the same size. So there's 3 different methods that you can use to block. You can use wet blocking, which means you soak this entirely in water, and then you roll it in a towel to get the excess water out of it. And then you put it onto your blocking board or blocking mat. Or you can do spray blocking, which would be you put it on here dry, and then you spray it with water and then leave it to dry for a really long time, which you have to leave the other one to dry for a very long time. Or you can do what's called steam blocking. And if you have like a handheld steamer, or you can even use the steamer from your iron, the steam setting from your iron, just be very careful not to touch your iron to your yarn, especially if you're working with acrylic, because it will melt. I've learned about, and I'm going to steam mine, because what steaming them does is it kills the yarn. What that means is it's never going to go back into its old shape. It's going to stay the shape that you have it in. Now, will it stay after a washing? I don't know. I don't know if it would or not. But I'm going to steam these. So my next video, hopefully, I have, like I said, I think I have 18 of these blocks made. Hopefully by the time you see my next video, you'll see some results on how this blocking mat worked, this homemade blocking mat. because like I said, they were like $55 on Amazon for a blocking board, and the biggest size they came in was 13 by 13 inches. Well, I needed bigger than that, and I couldn't find bigger than that anywhere, and I didn't want the mats with the pins because I just didn't want that. I wanted a board. I wanted this. And so Jeff just made this up for me, and we made this for, it was $13 for the piece of stainless steel. It was $15 for the pins. So we're at like, you know, $30 in, and they wanted $55 for a big one on Amazon. Well, a little bit more than that because we've got the backing material and the screws and that kind of stuff. But still, you know, for same price or a little bit less, I've got the size I want. And it's heavy duty, and it's never gonna, you know, it's not gonna stain, it's not gonna rust. And I just am so thankful that my husband was able to do this for me. So yeah, if anybody's interested, I'll let you know. I haven't used it yet. I just put this piece on here to kind of show you guys. So I haven't used it yet, but once I use it and see how it really works, you know, how it performs, I will definitely let you guys know. And if anybody's interested in either knowing how to do it, you know, getting some instructions on how to make one yourself, I am, you know, more than happy to share that information if it works out. And I think it will. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. So that's all. That's all I have for you. That's what I've been working on. That's what I got. It's a lot of stuff. Whew. But I did it. And I did it in just over an hour. So that's not bad. Not bad timing. So I'm going to let you guys go, and thank you for watching. Thank you if you watched all the way to the end. Sorry that it was so long. I am, you know, I'm still working on, I got other works in progress that you guys have seen before that I'm still working on, but I just haven't made significant progress enough to show you where you would notice a difference. So, but I work on everything every day. So it'll get done. One of these days it'll all get done. And I have plenty of yarn for future projects. So, all right, I'll let you guys go. I gotta go babysit those little bambinos. So I will talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye.